I'm getting ready to start some stuff. I think that's what I always do. And I'm pretty certain that you guys already expect that from me. Let me just do one simple thing and then share this bad boy. And one of the first places I'm going to make sure I share this to is to my personal page. And you want to know why? Because I want to make sure that I get the word out. Hey, look at you. You on it quick. What's going on, Camille? Hey, Michelle. I can't see who else is on here, but give me a second. I'm going to make sure that I got all my backups ready because I want to make sure that I'm going to be able to see comments. There is not going to be any hating today. Yes, thank you for the love, ladies. Thank you so much for the love. And oh, Imani's here. What's going on? You had to hit that heart for me to see you, darling. Guess what? I had a very powerful time earlier today on a podcast. And I talked about some things and I brought up some stuff that really got me on edge, so to speak. And I'm like, since we talked about a lot of bull crap in the industry and what people really need from a coach, a couple of the points that came to mind made me say, you know what? I need to discuss this. I need to discuss this on a live. And I deliberately, wait till you see it, Michelle, man. I had a really, really good time. You said, it's me, finger point, Elo. Everybody, look, the RT Renegades know what the finger point means. So real talk. Did you guys peep the name of the video? Do you have a why? Today, I want to talk about why your why isn't good enough. And I know somebody might be like saying, huh? Because I've talked to people before about having a why, but a why is only part of the secret to being successful. What's up, Lenora? What's up, Nikki Boo Banks? And I want to talk about this, right? I want to start some stuff. I want to challenge your minds because I was on Isaiah's podcast earlier and he was like, hey, do you believe that there are steps to success? And I said, I believe that there are certain success principles that everybody needs to apply, but just keeping it real, I'm like, you can't package it because there are too many variables that are different for every individual. And so to just blanket statement, this is what you do in order to be successful, I don't like that. I don't like that question. I don't like it when people put the comments saying, these are the ultimate success secrets. This is the way you get to, this amount of money when they don't even know you and they don't know anything about you. And so I want to really bring up this controversial topic about why your why isn't enough and why a lot of you that are in business today are not going to be in business this time next year. You're going to be lucky if you make it to the summertime because the one thing that you are using to fuel you is this thing called a why. And so get your pen, get your pad out. Let's get ready to take down some nuggets and let's get ready to look at what it really takes for you to be successful in business. You said yes. And the first thing I thought, I tell people love ain't enough either. Come on, snaps. That's that like, come on now. We in the poetry lounge together right now, Imani. Yes. And that's basically what love is. That's what your love is in your business. Your why is your love in your business. And that's not going to help you. So I'm asking right now, everybody that's on the video, I always put the request out because, sometimes if you don't ask, it's not going to happen. If you have not hit that share button yet, I promise you this is going to be a rock solid video. If you have friends, entrepreneurs that are in business, you need to be sharing this video. You need to be tagging them. They need to see it. Thank you for all of the love. Thank you for the snaps, Michelle. Yes, yes, yes. So listen to me. Okay. Okay. You said it was Camille. You have to go back and watch the end. Okay. Got you. So listen to me. Your why is part of the passion. It's part of the fuel. That's like the romantic dance to beginning your business. Kind of like how you said with the love thing, Imani. It's the like, oh my God, this is the reason why I have to do this because it's just in my heart to save children. It's in my heart to save marriages. It's in my heart to start a movement. It's in my heart to change the lives of people. But you know what? What is that going to do for you as a business owner? So when I was talking to Isaiah earlier, I started saying some things and it was like, whoa, I hope these people took these nuggets down. So I made a comment, for instance, about knowing how to properly price your products and how a lot of you don't properly price your products. And guess what? I don't care how much you love little kids. I don't care what beach you saw yourself on. I don't care about your child's disability and how you wanted to get off of it. I don't care how many starving kids around the country that you want to feed. If you don't properly price your products and your business is always at a deficit, hello, this is not common sense. This is just real talk. You're not going to have enough money to stay in business. And so I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a formula and a remedy, something that I talk to all my renegades about to help them really truly understand how to price their products. Because I see your comment. I'm going to come to it, Michelle, because one of the things I want you guys to do is I want you guys to get past the fluff and the bull. I want you guys to get past all of this thing, this information that's saying that the only reason why you do a poor job pricing is because you got a money block, or because you have a limiting belief, or because you have a mindset block. Listen, everybody needs something different in order to be able to get over the hump of some of the challenges that you're facing with entrepreneurship. And what a lot of coaches aren't willing to tell you is that what they see is that, you're welcome, Nikki, and make sure you share this for me, please, darling, because your entrepreneur friends need to see this. What a lot of coaches will not tell you is that, baby, I see the real reason why you're not willing to up your price. You're not willing to up your price because you literally don't see the value. You're looking at what you do based on two things: what you do and the time it takes you to do it. I'm going to say this again because I'm going to break it down to you how you make the difference. Some of you can't price properly because no matter what somebody says, you're like, but that just don't make sense to me to charge that much money for doing this one little thing. And that's because you're looking at what you do and how much time it takes to do it. What I want you guys to do, listen to me. There are so many nuggets that I give as a coach. Even if you don't hire me, if you can beat through the headache of taking my advice and utilizing it, you can get yourself to the point where you can get past some of these financial blocks. So I'm going to break this down for you. You said, yes, no, not a one size fits all. Don't throw a money block Band-Aid on everything. Come on now. And what did you say, Sam Duncan? I know it's late, but you should listen in. Okay, you were. Now, he may or may not get it because he's not someone who's liked the page, but hopefully, worst case scenario, he will, because, that's the whole nother other thing. But listen to me. So here's one of the formulas for how you calculate your costs. This is what corporate America does. And if you're an entrepreneur, you are your little mini corporation, you need to know how to do this. I tell my clients to start and envision working with one person and look at everything it took to get that one person right there with you. Don't look at the fact that everything's automated. Don't look at the fact that everything is streamlined. What I want you to do is I want you to look at everything you did to get the person there. So if that meant that you had to research how to write your emails, that's time that it took. And maybe you listen to 4 or 5 Optias and spend, 10 hours trying to decipher what they said. Make sure you clock that somewhere. Because guess what? Companies have a research department, right? How long did it take you to formulate an ad? Okay. How long did it take you to formulate an ad to put out there on Facebook to attract that client to you? You might have even had to do some research to understand how to write an ad, or maybe you paid for a course to understand how to write ads. And then you had to put money behind that in order to run that ad. How much money do you spend on running ads? You have to put that in there. Some of you do calls and you call them discovery calls, connection calls, whatever calls you want to call them. And you speak to people from anywhere from about 45 minutes to an hour. If it's more than that, we need to talk about what you're doing wrong. Unfortunately, I talked to a woman today that said she talks to people for 2 hours. I was like, oh God, I can't wait to start working with you because we have to rectify that whole process. But I've digressed. Come back. That free discovery call, if you haven't upgraded yourself yet to charging for it, that was all a part of the process. Now think about that. 10 hours of studying, how to do one thing, 5 hours of something else, an hour of working with somebody, all to get on a call to talk to them. Before you know it, you done put a week's worth of work in just to get to that person, to talk to them, to get them to work with you. Now, this is something that you need to do in order to understand how to calculate the cost, the time that it takes to do business with you. Do you necessarily need to spread that, to apply that entire cost to that one client? Well, when you make projections and you say, for instance, I want to make 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, whatever $1,000 a month, when you look at that spread, you want to spread that cost amongst all of the people that you're going to be working with. That's called proper pricing, so that you make sure that you're not just getting money for that one time that you sat down for 1 hour to work with them, but you had 30 other hours that you worked for an entire week. So I'm giving you that as an example. And the reason being is because no matter how much you love, no matter how strong your why is, if you don't properly price your products and you only price according to that one moment in time, instead of being a good business owner and understanding what all it takes to make your business function and spreading that cost amongst your clientele, you're going to not be in business. So your why, it may make you push. It may make you run up your credit card debt. Your why may even make you decide that you will downgrade. Your why may even have you sleeping in somebody's, alley somewhere in your car because it's all you got. Your why may you may end up eating ramen noodles because your why is so strong. But eventually you are going to break. You have to end up discovering just the practical value to make sure that you're able to stay in business just at the practical cost. We haven't gotten into pricing according to the transformation that you provide and so on and so forth. But this is a very basic fundamental thing that you need to understand if you're going to be a business owner. And you can't chalk this up to saying, OMG, the people that can't price properly is because they have a mind block. Camille, you said there's a reason the lawyer's watch is based in, yes, billable hours to the 10th of an hour. Everything is billable. Come on now. And if y'all ain't had to pay for no attorney to see that such and such 0.3 something on there, because I didn't pay for one before. If you haven't had the opportunity to do that, then maybe you need to turn and learn something from them. But are you guys making the connection? I mean, that's just one example. But can you see why having a why, that's not going to keep you in business? It may give you passion behind why you started your business, but after the honeymoon phase is over with and the realities of entrepreneurship kick in, somebody tell me what that why is going to do for you if you don't understand that at some point. Thank you for the love. Somebody, yes, send me some love to let me know that you feel me and that you understand. What is that going to do in order to keep you in business? So it can't just be your why. And all of the people that are in the academy, to some degree or another, they've had to be challenged, and I've had to have conversations with them to say, wait a minute, do you see what you're doing? Do you understand what you're doing and how you're actually working backwards? You're not working smart. You're working harder. Can you see why you need to switch this? And every last single one of them, which some learn faster than others, some want to experiment more than others, they come to the revelation and they see it and they say, oh, okay. Here's another thing. Some of you could be, here's an example that I gave, and this is just something else that I said on the podcast when I was talking to Isaiah. And for those of you who may not get a chance to see it, thank you guys for all of the love. Thank you for all of it. I had made the comment that I said, hey, you don't even know I got a business page, because I have never invited Isaiah to like my business page. And I honestly believe, because of the relationship that we've developed, that if I send him an invite to like my business page, he would like my business page off of GP. But he's not my ideal client. Do I work with men? Yes, I do. But when I'm marketing and I'm targeting women that are somewhere around the age bracket of me. But I got millennials that work with me. You know what I'm saying? So just my little quick nugget, just because you target super hard, it doesn't mean that you're going to miss out on anybody else. It just means that you polarize that segment that you need to be working with. But I told him, I said, I've never sent you an invite to like my business page, because I don't want you messing up the algorithm. This is something I didn't understand to do. And I've said this before in my academy as well. And I see your comments coming, lady. I'm going to bring this back. A lot of you guys got a gang of people that like your business page, but you tell me which one makes more sense. For you to be sitting there looking at your business page sad because you barely had 200 people that like it, but the 250 people that like it really do like your page, versus having 2,000 people who like your page because you got about 5,000 friends on Facebook and you just sent random advice to everybody, and you went into all of these groups who traded a like for a like it. They do what you do and they don't want to work with you. When you get ready to do an ad or boost a post, what do most of you do on a novice level? You target people that have liked your business page and possibly friends of people that have liked your page. Are you really, so you throwing money down the drain, whether it's $2, $5, $10, $100, because what you don't understand is how to calculate the cost. You don't understand how to evaluate everything. Once again, this is something that you need to understand how to do as a business owner. You need to understand how to operate a business, because this is critical to make sure that your marketing dollars are not wasted on BS. Can somebody please tell me what having a why has to do with this? Some of you got passion, you got heart, you will beast your business. But once again, if you are making ill decisions and you are investing and you are doing things so that you are working at a deficit, your business will not stand. So while your why is powerful enough to guide you for a long enough season, it will end up being the thing that will condemn you if you do not learn how to run a business properly. Listen to me. Your why will be enough to invigorate you for a season, but if you don't understand how to run a business properly, it will be the thing that will condemn you. You will go to bed with nightmares, haunted, feeling bad because you gave up on your dream and because you quit because you couldn't see a solid way through, even though this is a spiritual thing that was birthed in your purpose. So these examples that I'm giving you about being able to run a business have nothing to do with a why. And no, you don't have to go to college to learn these things, but you for doggone sure either gonna have to study or get a coach. And most of these things you don't have time to DIY yourself through. But let me look at some of these comments right here. So you said exactly, Imani, absolutely, Camille. You said, okay, I got that. I'm past that. Imani said, yes, it's strategy and endurance, mind, body, and spirit, for real. Come on now, we're gonna come back to that. Hey TQ, I just saw you came in. You also said yes, you don't play about them analytics, ideal clients only. They're not going to be messing up your numbers. No, you got to know your numbers if you're gonna be in business. Come on now. Camille, right? Oh yes, Camille, hashtag true. You said yes, you post on your business page and no one responds because they don't know you. Hey Nanette, I'm glad that you're watching too. Exactly, Michelle. Exactly. See, a lot of you, what you don't understand is that your business page is only a ghost town because people liked it. And 9 times out of 10, oh, no, thank you, TQ. But you already know I'm going to go in, and it's definitely worth going back to the beginning. But listen to me. A lot of people are smart. We got to stop treating people like they stupid. They're smart. What they do is they go like your page off of GP, but they click unfollow so that they don't see any of your promptings or your responses. And so what a lot of you guys don't understand that you need to do is that some of you, yes, you got to go through the thick of serving people, working for people so that you create raving fans, people that feel like, yes, I can come and listen. I can hear what she has to say. I don't care whether it's 2 people or sometimes it's 15 people. Some individuals will try to say, well, you shouldn't speak on a video for more than 15 minutes. I've talked on the video before for an entire hour and maintained an entire crowd the entire time. And if they couldn't, it's because they had something to do and they were dedicated and they came back to watch it. It's that small hub, that nucleus, that's what it basically is when you first begin your business. That nucleus of raving fans is what ends up spreading out to people. And if you can cultivate those kind of relationships and guide those individuals to liking your business page and show up consistently, then guess what? You're going to have more activity on your business page. Now, let's go to this word consistency. Because, see, a lot of you guys be saying you have a why. Yes, the core crew, baby. A lot of you guys say that you have a why, and I challenge your why because a lot of your whys are fabricated. It seemed like the great thing to say at that moment. I'm really, 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 really getting ready to challenge you because when your why is strong enough, you will literally do anything. And so my question for you guys is, what is it that you won't do for your business? Let me ask you this again. What is it that you won't do for your business in order for it to grow? I'm going to tell you what a lot of you won't do. And some of you might say, well, August, please don't try to give me business advice that's a one size fits all. First of all, I don't do one size fits all. There are things that you should do in business your way. And then there are things that you should do in business because they just need to be done. A lot of you want clients. You want more clients. But where are you? You do not show up consistently. Something as simple as this tool right here is the difference. It's the deal breaker between someone choosing me versus someone choosing someone else. While you are spending a lot of time trying to figure out how to create perfect copy, how to make sure a graphic is good, you can circumvent all that crap and get the people that need to be assigned to you by showing up on a live. But you won't show up on a live because you have a visibility issue. And you have a visibility issue because maybe you were told that you were ugly or you were weird or you weren't the one that was always cute. I was made fun of when I was a kid. I was called buffalo butt because my waist was this big and my booty was this big. I had all kind of reasons why I didn't like myself. Those are the kind of things that some of you guys are holding on to because somebody told you weren't good enough. They told you weren't smart enough. Too many people have commented about your nose. They said something crazy about your hair. And come on, ladies, we live in a society where sexism is over, it's sensualized. And so for that reason, a lot of you don't like to look at yourself. And so you will not do something as simple as do live videos, one of the most penetrating ways to hit your market, because you have spiritual things that need to be broken. You need to be revalidated. You need to learn how to love yourself, appreciate yourself. You need to learn how to see your self-worth. And so back to the controversial title of this live, what in the world does that have to do with your why? Because you saying that your why is strong enough. Hey, how are you doing? Is it Kadira Muhammad? I want to make sure I say it right. And hello, Imani. Aaron, I'm glad you were able to come here too. But really think about that. How many of you got these so-called strong whys? But your why is not strong enough for you to push past your insecurities. So a why cannot be enough to keep you in business. So we've learned that you got fundamental practical things that you need to understand about it, computing and tabulating your numbers. We got spiritual and emotional things that you got to get past in order for you to get past your visibility issues so that you can show up. And none of these things will shine because of you having a strong why. Thank you. I'm glad I did. Okay, thank you. I'm really just in this zone right now. I've been doing everything in my power, and I understand. Listen to me. I understand that at the end of your day, hey, how you doing, Elle? I understand that you want the beaches. I understand you want the vacations. I understand you want control of your life. I understand that you want to be with your kids. But how many of y'all are going to keep on falling for this okie doke bull crap? 6 steps to 6 figures in 6 days. The only funnels that can birth, the only emails that sell. How many of you are going to keep buying that, trying to find a quick fix to become a successful become a successful entrepreneur instead of listening to someone like me who's going to be real with you to give you a backbone? That's the secret sauce to being a successful entrepreneur. And the backbone, so let's not get it twisted, because I said at the very beginning of the video, I don't like people that say these are the success secrets. This is the one thing everything you need to do to be successful, because you cannot just label everybody under a specific characteristic. Listen to me. When I say you got to have a backbone, that's the equivalent of a spine. So there is a core portion of you that needs to be solidified in order to be strong and maintained in business. But what do you have in a spine? You have a lot of other pieces that are sticking out and a lot of nerve endings that are coming through to connect and transmit all of these signals to your brain in order for you to be able to function as an entrepreneur. And I'm sitting here telling you on a metaphoric level that the key to you surviving in business is not your why. It is your backbone. It is development. It is structure. And while it does not have to come from the standard traditional realms of education, that it has to be there. So thank you. Hey, Cinnamon, how are you doing? Hey, Tessa. So listen to me. These things have to be taken care of. Otherwise, you don't get there. And so a lot of you, what you've done is you pay for these programs, you pay for these coaches, and you want to know what they did not do? They did not take the time to get to know you. They did not get to take the time to get to the core of your soul. And I was talking to a woman earlier, and when I was talking to her, listen to me. This is an example of not having that backbone. And I say this out of all love, all of great. I'm so glad, Cinnamon. And yes, you know, I'm not going to stop, Nikki. And I'm asking again for those who have not shared, please make sure you share this, because this is something everybody that you have that's a friend, that's an entrepreneur, needs to hear. But I had a very powerful moment with someone earlier today to talk to her about being in my boot camp. And while she had what she needed to make the initial investment, she was like, but I'm afraid. Not in the caliber or the quality of coaching that you're going to give me, but if I don't have what I need, then I'm afraid that I'm gonna recoup the cost, so that I won't make the money to, you know, make the second payment, or something just may go wrong. That right there, that mindset, that's deeper than just saying, oh yeah, we need to talk to you because you got a buddy belief. Some of that right there is simply just saying, excuse me, what did you just say? Sometimes having a coach, you need them to sit there and say to you, know what, I peeped you. You overthink things. You don't think about things enough. You're overzealous. You jump out too quick. You a drama queen. You like attention. And to literally call out the core things in you to figure out why you would make a statement like that. Because I bet you, if I ask that woman what's her why, I bet you she has a strong why. However, she done made me question some other things about her. Where's your work ethic? Where's your belief? Because see, there isn't an option. There is no plan B. I don't care what you got to do, but you get out there and you say, I'm going to get the money, not that I'm not going to get it. But if you go and you take everything that I've been saying since the beginning of this video and you rewind all of that stuff back, then you sit there and you say, oh, wow. Okay, I see what August is saying. Where this individual, I just sit and I look and I'm like, she's so doggone brilliant. The only thing that she needs is for someone to have a conversation with her and say, you know what, when you give too much. Because I've seen her. I watch her. It's like, oh, when you give too much. You need to package your videos this way. You need to give the information this way. You know, what does that have to do with her why? Here's another thing. A lot of you all don't understand that the reason why your business ain't going nowhere is because you're not willing to pay to play. You're not willing to pay to play. This next nugget I'm finna give, it has nothing to do with a why. You guys, I remember I even used to think this way. If it wasn't organic, I didn't want nothing to do with it. But the bottom line is, in order to get access to your target market, you got to pay to play. You got to run ads and you got to literally solicit these people. But some of y'all can't afford to do Facebook ads, but you can afford to go to Starbucks. If you can go buy even I know a caramel frappuccino was $5.08 because I had a mild addiction to them at one point. So if I can get a caramel frappuccino once a week, can I not run a Facebook ad at least for $1 a day? All of us have at least $15 that we waste per week. You don't have $3 a day to run a budget to get your eyes in front of people, because some of you just need to be seen. Look, your friends on Facebook, they're people that you went to high school with. They're your family members. And no, it's not your family's job to support you or buy your products and services. You have to do what you have to do to get your eyes in front of the right people. And because it's like a cesspool out here, guess what? You got to pay to play. But what does doing this have to do with your why? The why is not enough to keep you in business. You said it's like school. We all have to take core classes, but some of us do better in math and some in English and other subjects. Our successes sits in what fits us from the core. Yes. And where there's a deficit, you don't sit there and harp on the fact that you don't know how to do something. You go and get help. You go get help in the form of a coaching. You go get help in the form of hiring somebody else to do it. But whatever you do, you go get help. And you become inventive. You become creative. But you do whatever you got to do to get your business out there. Stay focused. Some of you are not. It's not an insult. Some of you are not going to make multiple six figures, but who cares? You are already a very modest, humble person. Maybe 150,000 or 200K is all that you need in order to be able to change your life and travel the world. Quit allowing these fantasy pictures of beaches and cars and blings and this to make you say, okay, what's wrong with me is my dream is too small. That's another issue. Why does your dream have to be too small because you only want to make 200K? Does that mean that you have a limited belief, or is that just all that you want to make? Why can't that be enough? Work with somebody that's going to let you structure your business according to what you truly want to desire. And this is just real talk. I saw an angry face. I don't know why I made somebody mad if that was an accident. Y'all know I love y'all, but I really don't care if you're mad because I'm telling the truth. So I'm kind of winding down some. If you missed the beginning of the video, go back to it. Because saying that thank you for the love and for the laughs, saying that you have a why, and believing, you said, man, okay, that's one of them, man. Do I got you right, Khadijah? Man, that's one of them. Hey, Melissa, listen to me. Business is about more than just passion. Love is not enough for a marriage, and a why is not enough for your business. There are fundamental things that you guys need to know, fundamental principles in the way that you need to operate. And you could possibly go hire another coach who can get you to, multiple figures faster than I can. But will that coach also require you to be accountable for your finances? What difference does it make if you can bring in 20K? If you can't balance a $200 budget, it does not get easier because you have money. Let me just keep it real plain for y'all, because a lot of y'all nigga rig y'all income taxes. I know that was a controversial way to say it, but y'all just got to deal with me and meet me where I'm at. Or I won't even say that. But even if you didn't, rig them and make them look like what they look like, you're used to getting those checks that are anywhere from $5,000 to about $10,000. How many of you before you got those checks said, ooh, I'm going to go ahead and map this up. I'm going to when I get the check, I'm going to go ahead and get that new car, and I'm going to do this. I ain't going to waste this money this time because I'm going to get all this money. I'm going to pay for this. I'm going to pay for that. And then as fast as you get it, as fast as you get that money, in less than 30 days, you go through $10,000. Oh yeah, because something else came up and you had to take care of it, and somebody else knew you had their money and they had an emergency, and you jumped in to save the day. And that deal that you thought you was gonna get on that car really wasn't that deal, and so you had to spend the money another way. And then because you had all that money in your hands, you was like, you know what? I haven't rewarded myself all year. I've worked so hard. I need to buy myself something to reward myself, and that money is just gone. And so guess what? I see the comments. I'm going to come back to them in just a second. You sit there and that money just goes. You don't learn how to budget money. With $20,000, it just becomes more confusing. And even if you call yourself doing a responsible thing, you're going to go out there and buy a bunch of stuff that you don't need. Lights that you don't need, green screens that you don't need, CMR software that you don't need. You're going to go out and pay for the wrong program. You're going to go take a class to learn how to do Facebook ads when you can't even identify who your ideal client is. So who you going to target when you do the ads? By the time you get ready to do the ads, you're going to forgot everything that you learned, and you probably ain't going to be able to find an email to get back to the classes, and the shit probably going to be outdated because the stuff changes so quickly. People. What'd you say? You said, yes, I'm saving up to get this call with you, sis. You hitting the nail on the head left and right. So glad I heard your live podcast with Isaiah. Blessings to you. And I promise you that life-changing. That's the only way that I want to roll. What else do we have? Man, yes, exactly. It's like school. We all have to take, okay, I'm going the wrong direction. Preach, facts. Listen to me. I said I'm gonna wind this down, and yes, and I'm gonna tell you something. For those of you, I don't make a habit too much of calling people out, but most of the people, a lot of them that are on here, they will let you know. Any of you that have worked with me in any capacity, whether you have had a free strategy session, a paid strategy session, you're in my live academy. You've worked with me, not just because you've heard my live videos where I have given a ton of nuggets away, but you have had an opportunity to experience me. All of these things that I'm so passionately speaking about right here, people already know I'm going to call it out that way. And just send love across the screen. Make a comment in the comment sections. And not because I want any accolades, not because I want to make myself feel good, but as a point of validation, because there are other women out here who have a dream, who have a why, and they are doing everything that they can to bust their tail to achieve that. But it's time for them to stop getting suckered in to coaching with people who give them what feels good, but does not really change them into the type of entrepreneur that they need to be. And no, I know I'm kind of rough sometimes and I'm kind of edgy, but every single woman that I work with will tell you, yes, I'll challenge you to be your best, but I won't force anything upon you. A real coach is a person that is going to be there when the score is up or down. See, one of the things that's going wrong in the coaching arena is that when a person like throws these big group coaching programs, when it first starts, it's like, yeah, yeah. And if you got somebody that's getting really good breakthroughs, it's like, yeah, look at TQ, look at Michelle, look at Nikki, look at Tessa. And for those of you that started off in the years, if you don't keep up, the coach ain't like, come on now, Imani, you can do it. Come on, some more. Come on, come on, you got this. No, they don't cheer with you anymore. It's like, okay, well, they ain't really working it. They must got some mindset blocks, some money blocks, something like this. I got to work with the people that's working it. Because the people will say that real quick. It ain't that it don't work. It's that you're not working the system. And then they forget about you and leave you when it does. I have some of the most stubborn clients. I absolutely do. But I know that they're stubborn for a reason. It has nothing to do with me as a coach. A real coach is going to be there to push you even through your stubbornness. Your stubbornness is learned. Your stubbornness is actually a survival skill. Your stubbornness and your resistance to change initially, especially when you get to know me, has nothing to do with me. And this is a level of emotional intelligence that a real coach has to have when you're working with somebody. So when I sit there and tell you, that ain't gonna work, you shouldn't do that. I got 2 people in my group. I said, I'm going to make a certificate that says the I told you so award. I got 2 people on a regular basis, actually 3 that'll say, I know you already said this, August, but I'm just saying it for the record. I tried this and I didn't work. So now I'm going to go back and do it your way. I don't sit there and be like, okay, well, I just want to let you know that I told you. I don't have time for that. It's like, okay, well, you had to go through that point of getting through that barrier, of learning to trust me. And most of you women, you ain't even never had nobody serve you for real. You never had anybody like really love on you, really care about you. I know my clients. I know about their kids. I know their husbands. Their husbands know me. Because you're a human being. And I got to sometimes pause and I be wanting to snap out and I be like, wait a minute. I know she got marital issues. So even though she ain't showing up the way she should be, instead of going off on her, I'm going to reach out to her on the back end and I'm going to ask her if she's okay, because it might just be bigger than that. And guess what? Your why is not going to be enough to penetrate that. Your why will not keep you from crawling into that ball of a shell and pausing. And since I don't want you to pause because I know you got to show up and be effective and do what it is that you got to do, then I got to be there sometimes to give you that extra push. I got to be there sometimes to tell you what you can do. And for a lot of you, that's the difference between doing it and not doing it, because somebody else told you that you could. Everybody else has always told you what you can't do. But having somebody in your corner and telling you what you can do is a completely different experience. So it's time to stop this fluff, this bull. I'm not saying that all of the coaches that talk about, multiple 6 figures and making 50K in 1 month, I'm not saying that they are bogus. I'm not saying that they are lying. But what I am saying is that you need to work with somebody that's going to help you get to the core of you, get you with a solidified foundation with your business, then require you to explode. And that is priceless. And you know what it just might do? It just might put you at the point where you can actually brainstorm stuff and create things on your own. You are a genius. I know that you're a genius. You don't just have this ideal inside of you to be an entrepreneur and to serve at the capacity that you do without being a genius. Everybody can't do this. But when is the last time that somebody told you that you were? And it's not because they were making up stuff. I have yet to tell a woman that she's a genius. I have yet to tell a woman what she's capable of, and she has not been able to do it. I have yet to tell a woman that she's a genius. I have yet to tell a woman what she's capable of, and she has not been able to do it. Everybody may not always like my style with how I do it, but I have yet to be proven to be a lie. So, oh Lord, let me go back. You said, I sure did a bunch of shit I brought and I don't even remember what the hell I bought. Yeah, hello. Yes, she is. She's always on fire. August can absolutely get you right. There's truthfully no telling where I would be without her. Thank you, darlings. Both all of you guys, right? That's so true. Sure do. Why? It's not an antidepressant. Come on now. Look, snaps. We up in the poetry lounge still. Come on, snap that one, y'all. Snapping with me. I can see you snapping with me. You said, "Damn, that's so true." I think Augustine got drone over the top of my house because she's talking right to me. Girl, you already know, Nikki. I'm waiting on you. I am waiting on you. You gonna finally have that moment, and everything is just gonna be, and you're gonna be like, when? Because when it changes, it's gonna change, and then that's when we gonna connect. It's right there. It's right there because I know what I see in you. You said August is in your corner. She's the real deal. So true. A real hardcore person, to be honest. You hot, ain't you? LOL. Girl, I'm over here burning up. Oh my God, I love you. I'm over here burning up. So listen, I'm passionate about what I do. And I said I wasn't going to say this, but I am going to say this because I most of the time I like to come out. I just like to give tips. But I am going to say this. It's on my main page. Literally this Sunday, it's worth rearranging your schedule for. This Sunday afternoon, I am going to allow 10 people max to meet with me for 3 hours and ask me whatever you want to ask me about what you're dealing with. It's going to be like a supersized mastermind. So if you're having a trouble getting a breakthrough, you having trouble getting past a barrier in your spirit, if you're having trouble understanding which direction you should go, if you want to get help with clarifying something with your client, your sales process, if you need a tip or a nugget to get you to the next place, there's no limit. I am not going to say, oh, well, I'm not going to answer that question because you're not like paying me top-notch dollars. Literally for $77. Call your girlfriend and anybody else it is that you love and tell them, just get the slot. You're going to meet with me on a Zoom platform, and for 3 hours, no break. You can stay, you can listen, you can absorb, you can ask questions. But I'm just going to sit there for 3 hours straight. And for once, I'm going to allow you women to get an opportunity to get answers, the kind that you have to pay top dollar for. Yes, I am. I don't, yes, you say, yeah, you ain't seen my post. I could have sworn I tagged you. Maybe I didn't. There are a couple of people I tagged because I know that you have questions. And so if you got a breakthrough with something that you're looking for, Nikki, if you did not see it on my main page, I will go tag you on it. But I have 2 posts, and one of them basically says, don't miss your opportunity to ask me anything that you want. Matter of fact, what I'll do is I'll do you all one better. I will put the link in this post so that you don't have to go look for it. As a matter of fact, I lied. It's $77.77. I like my angel numbers. $77.77. Come be only 10 people to make sure that I have room and the ability to have a conversation with you all and answer any questions that you have. You got a sister entrepreneur that you want to bring with you, bring it. This rarity, this realness is going to be just like that there. Anybody that's been to anything I've ever put on, I don't give bullshit on anything. I don't slack. So when I tell you that I'm going to give you all of me, I'm going to give you all of me. You said, don't miss out on this for real. Yeah. And I've literally told people, just do this. And they come back. Matter of fact, Irma used to talk about it all the time in the one-on-one group that I used to host. That there have been plenty of times she's just done one thing that I told her to do, and it's changed. It's changed everything. You say, oh, you back. So don't miss it, ladies. Jennifer, I'm gonna stop. You can look at the comments. This video has been on fire. I strongly, yes, it is. It is a gift. I strongly suggest you go back to the front of this, to the beginning of this video. I talked about why your why isn't enough, and I expanded upon some of the things that I talked about with Isaiah, because I want women to be strong in business. But this last little portion, I was just mentioning the fact that on Sunday for $77.77, I'm giving myself a 3-hour time span for only 10 people, so I can make sure that I can serve you all, to be in a group format where I will answer whatever questions you have for me about something that you're going through and a breakthrough that you want to experience in your business. So you're definitely going to go watch the replay. So with that, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna let it go. Y'all know, for those of y'all that have been around me for a while, you know that I get a little hot. If you haven't shared the video, please get it out there. The nuggets that were dropped in this are the kind of things that if a person is equipped enough to apply them, they can take their business to the next level on their own. Some of you that don't have the money for coaching, all you got to do is go back and listen to my videos. I'm giving you what you need. It's just that you have to go through the self-application process. If that's a little difficult for you, then that's why you work your way to being able to get a coach. But otherwise, let's rock this thing out. So you guys be blessed. Don't give up on your dreams. When the why is not enough, then what you do is you work to get educated so that you have a firm backbone, because that's what's going to keep you in business. So let me get out of here. It was a pleasure. Until we meet again. Wait a minute, Renegade, y'all see I got the pink earrings. That's a whole nother story I'll talk to y'all about in the group. Deuces.